What's up guys, it's Cobalt here. I just got back from my trip to New York to go to New York Toy Fair 2026. And obviously in today's video, I'm going to be showing you an insider's look at some upcoming Littlest Pet Shop for Wave 6. For spring of 2026 right now, we are currently on Wave 5. Wave 6 is usually set to release in the fall. So based on previous waves, this will most likely start hitting some stores in late August and then continue through into December. There are some legitimate leaks online that I'm personally not going to be talking about because technically in booths like this, you're not really supposed to be taking photos. So I'm just going to be respectful of that, but you can find them online. I would just say that, you know, take these things with a grain of salt because just because it's being showcased at New York Toy Fair, it doesn't mean it will actually be picked up and officially be produced, which is why, like, in general, even throughout like the history of Littlest Pet Shop and other toys, there's always unreleased prototypes, mystery pets, and canceled sets and things like that. In the second portion of the video, I also do have some actual LPS to show you. There's a little hint at them, but I am going to be starting off by talking about some things that I was actually able to take photos of at the booth. Starting off, of course, with the panda mascot for Wave 6. Every wave has had its own little mascot featured on the box artwork, all of which have been a panda because that's kind of always been associated with the Littlest Pet Shop logo throughout the year. And ever since Wave 3, it has been a standing panda mold, so it is continuing to be a standing panda for this one. So you can see her here. This is just a photo of a 3D model. So she is pink with green eyes with flowers in them, and then she has some flower detailing on her head. I think she's really cute. Here's an actual illustration of her. This is most likely what's going to be shown on the box art. And then here, this is another little thing that I took a photo in front of. I'm going to show you a couple more pets, but I do want to talk about this briefly because you kind of saw this in the background of the panda image as well. So personally, like, this whole new theming is giving me like Animal Jam or like LPS Online vibe, but LPS is basically trying to do some more like world building and storytelling in the products, I suppose. So there are now going to be like different regions that the pets are belonging to. So at least from what I saw, there are 4 different regions. There is the one that the panda is shown in, which is called Pawsville Plaza. This is kind of like, from what I understand, this could kind of just be like any pet. There's not anything like super unique or special about them. They just kind of live in like a normal town. Then here is this penguin Littlest Pet Shop who belongs to the Glam Glacier. This one is a lot more self-explanatory. It's like a snow biome or like a wintry Arctic kind of thing. So obviously having a penguin there makes a lot of sense. I really love this guy's colors. He's 2 different shades of blue and then has purple details and purple eyes. So I assume other than penguins, we would also see pets like polar bears, deer, possibly bunnies, possibly snow leopards, like similar to what we've seen in the past advent calendars, since those are generally supposed to be Christmas and winter themed. Then there is the furry tail forest. So this is more like foresty kind of animals. And obviously in the image here, we have the raccoon. So like woodland animals. I think deer could probably also fit here. But aside from the raccoon, I'm guessing we'd see things like foxes, possibly wolves, maybe like some of the insect LPS. As for the raccoon here, she has flower eyes. The shape on her little mask marking is kind of resembling of a flower. And then she's pink and green. Interesting color choice, but I feel like it works here. Personally though, I think she would honestly be a lot cuter if she had green eyes to match the green detailing, but that's just me. I feel like I'm probably gonna like the pets that fit here the most, just because I like the bases that I listed off. And even though this raccoon is very brightly colored, I feel like this might leave more room for naturally colored pets. I'm not really sure though. And then the final little biome or city is the Cyber Pet City. And so you can see here, the pet in this image is pretty special. This is going to be one of the like special chase pets. And you can see that it has the fuzzy ears and it's a koala. We've had a couple pets in the past that have had fuzzy ears, although I don't think a koala has ever had them, but of course, correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously in Wave 5, we have the raccoon with a fuzzy tail. So it does feel like a natural progression to do another pet with some fuzzy detailing. And even though I prefer like the ones without the fluffy details, it definitely does work here on the koala. So let me know what you think of that. Something else that I want to note here with the theming is that these pets are definitely going to be a lot more wacky and brightly colored. If you look more closely at the pet, you can see that its design is made up of purple and blue gradients. This does worry me a little bit just because of the way that some gradients have shaped out, although I do feel like they've been improving as the waves have gone on. This one is also covered in like a splattering of white speckles, which is very reminiscent to me of these G6 LPS right here. And I feel like a lot of the pets in this little area are going to be similar to that. So these ones are probably going to be my least favorite just because of those design choices, but I do think that this is like an interesting way to now categorize the pets. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I can also show you this because this is from an article online, easily accessible to anybody. There's also going to be kind of like a separate subsection of this wave that is partnering with some child influencer that I've never heard of, but apparently is very popular in Gen Alpha. Personally, not a fan of child influencers because I'm an adult, so so why do I need to be a fan of that? I don't. But you know, like ethically there's discussions about that, but like I don't care, girl, get your bag. Basically, from what I understand, she has designed her own little wave of blind box pets. Did see them at Toy Fair. They are extremely cute. They are unnaturally colored, but the theming is very pastel, so I do think that a lot of people will like them, and in general, like I just find this interesting. So this is not like replacing the actual blind box wave or wave 6. It's just kind of like its own separate additional thing, if that makes sense. So it's not something that's replacing any wave that would already be in this line, it's just in addition to it. I think the main reason why they're doing this is because obviously Littlest Pet Shops are marketed towards children, and this is like the best way that they could come up with to market to Gen Alpha. But I don't know. I'm simply just stating facts. You guys can form your own opinions. But aside from the extra things, Wave 6 very much seems like it's going to be a continuation of Wave 5. Obviously, there are quite the amount of new things that they did show at Toy Fair, but we're going to see a lot of similarities to Wave 5 in the sense of color palettes and theming, along with the fact that we're also going to be seeing even more G2 LPS finally coming into G7 as far as molds go, and of course, them continuing to create their own original new molds as well, which personally is something that excites me a lot. And then finally, I want to show you the pets that I actually picked up. So obviously at Toy Fair, there are a million different companies in addition to Basic Fun. I also ran into the UCC distributing booth. This might sound familiar to you guys because this is a booth and company that I have spoken about in my Comic-Con videos, where I've talked about the Comic-Con Littlest Pet Shops, because they are the secondary distributor that distributes all of the exclusive pets for San Diego Comic-Con. So the dragons and the snakes have been provided by UCC distributing. You can see that on the bottom of the box, as well as the Blacklight blind bag pets. Those are also under the UCC distributing label. And so they had all of their like blind box stuff just on display for people to look at this booth. Quick little side tangent. In case you didn't know, Toy Fair is a trade show, so it's not like a convention where you're going to buy things. It's mostly just for different brands and stores to look at the options that they have to purchase for the current year, and just to also have brands showcase like what's coming out in this year in 2026, for example. But obviously influencers get to go as well, and certain booths will give you some free product to showcase in your video. So the person that runs UCC was very kind, and they said that we could take a couple things from their little display. And so we did see that they had the two Blacklight blind bags, but below that we saw this. And I'm gonna be so honest, guys, I was like 98% that these Littlest Pet Shops had been canceled. This is the Sweet and Sour series, and these guys leaked a long time ago, but even as an LPS ambassador who does get to see things behind the scenes and did go to Toy Fair twice, I have never seen these in any kind of marketing, promotional, or like me literally seeing the physical figure. I have not seen it anywhere, so I thought that these guys were canceled and that they had just moved on to the other stuff that I had talked about. But no, apparently these are real. Again, they're by UCC distributing, and this is interesting because instead of the 18 that we've seen with previous blind boxes and blind bags, there are actually only 12 pets that you can collect here. And so this makes me wonder if the rest of this wave will be canceled or will actually come out, because obviously in those leaks we did see some other pets aside from the ones that are listed here. And since I did get my hands on some of these actual pets, I can show them to you now. So I made sure to save one of the blind bag packaging just so I could show it to you a little bit better. This cat on the front is actually so cute. Unfortunately, we did not end up getting her, but I think she's adorable. Here's this rhino. It's changed a lot since its original leaked design, and I like the original one a lot more, but that's besides the point. And then on the front, there's also this tiger, which somebody commented when I said that I was uploading this video today. Somebody said that this looks like someone's persona, and I absolutely agree. And you can see Sweet and Sour pets. These are the numbers of all the pets in here, and then here is the back. So there is UCC distributing right there, Basic Fun and Hasbro. It is interesting, these say 2025 on them, so obviously they were produced last year, but they have not come out yet. So then it says collect all 12, and here are all 12 that you can get. So the rhino, the toucan has changed drastically. If you would like to see an additional video about these pets, I can also upload that and compare it to the prototypes. The German Shepherd, the octopus, the tiger, the monkey, which the monkey is actually my favorite now that I've seen all these guys. The Himalayan cat, which I would say is my second favorite. This ladybug, which I know LPS Honey got her hands on, and she's done a video about that. And there's this turtle, this horse, this giraffe, and this bunny. So before I show you guys the pets, I also had a lot of people asking, where will you be able to get your hands on these? So obviously the way that I got them was kind of like a total fluke. If you're going to San Diego Comic-Con, the UCC distributing booth will most likely be there again, and I can pretty much guarantee that they will have these along with the Blacklight pets and whatever other exclusive Littlest Pet Shops might be out. I honestly have no idea if there will be any exclusives this year, but I'll keep my eye out for that to let you guys know. But with the blacklight blind bags, I'm going to assume that the actual legitimate distributing of these will be pretty much the same. So the first wave of blind bags was available at Five Below, Target, and Hot Topic. The second wave of blacklight blind bags I have personally only seen at Five Below, but that doesn't say that those won't show up elsewhere, so I'm going to guess that it will be the same here. So you will most likely be able to get these guys at Five Below, and then hopefully Hot Topic and Target. I think Hot Topic is going to be a little bit more likely, but your main bet is going to be Five Below. So now without further ado, I'm going to show you guys the pets that we actually unboxed. So I picked out 4, but I was also there with Jerry Berry, Akari, and Zombie X Corn. So Jerry Berry got the German Shepherd, which I also really love just because I love this mold a lot and I want to collect all of these guys. So originally, instead of being this light teal color, he was supposed to be white. I'm kind of glad that they changed it though, because now he's giving less America vibes. I'm not really sure though what he's supposed to be based off of, since this is like a food themed series and they're supposed to be sweet and sour. I'm guessing maybe he's supposed to be like a bomb pop kind of popsicle, but the red eyes are very cool. Jerry Berry and I believe Akari both got the Rhino, so here's a better look at that one. It totally looks like that one character from Animal Crossing, and I think the prototype looked even more similar to that character, but with the final version they've added a lot more green, which personally I don't really like. The green is very vibrant, and I feel like all of the pinks kind of clash with each other. So again, if you would like to see me do a direct comparison to the prototypes, I can make a secondary video about that. And then Jerry got the horse, which I'm so glad because I know she really wanted this one. I'm guessing this one's supposed to be like orange creamsicle or something like that. It is very vibrantly orange, and the white is also super bright. I was really surprised. And then it has these swirly details on it as well. I guess it could also just be like orange or like citrus themed too. I do like the brown eyes. I think it's cute, and although I'm not a fan of the teardrop eye shines on G7, I do think that it's fitting for this theme because it looks like an orange seed or something like that. And then finally, she also got the octopus, which is crazy. This one's also changed a bit. Its body used to be more like ice cream cone colored. Now it is hot pink, which is strange because there's not really the same shade of pink anywhere else on this pet. This one is fun. I'm just not a fan of the octopuses. And like personally, I'm not big on these pets either, just because their designs and colors are so crazy. And this is coming from somebody who's like the #1 fan of the blacklight pets. But obviously there's like different waves inside of each wave of Littlest Pet Shop. So you don't have to buy everything. You don't have to like everything. There's something for everybody. And if you like these pets, that's totally fine. If you don't like them, that's totally fine. Now I'm going to show the ones that I actually have in my current possession. So 4 more of these guys, starting off with the toucan. So here it is. This one looked quite different in the original version, but I really like all of the different purples. I think this one's design is crazy, but the colors work really well in my opinion. If I can recall correctly, the old one was like green and orange and red. And again, if you want to see that secondary video, I can do that. But yeah, I think this one's colors are really nice. I just don't know like what sweet or sour item this one would be. I guess grapes maybe. But so yeah, that's the toucan. And then I got this turtle, which could either be like pickles or cucumbers or limes. I'm maybe gonna guess pickles. That kind of looks like a pickle on his head. I actually really like him because I love this turtle base a lot. I like his vibrant green color. It works well for the reptiles. I think this design on his head is actually super cool, and I like his little shell with all the seed designs. He's really fun. So I wasn't expecting to like this one when I saw it on the package, but now that I have him in my possession, I really like him. So yeah, he's just a little guy, and this is my favorite of the baby turtle bases too, so I'm glad that they used this one. Luckily, I got my actual favorite from the blind boxes. Still sad that like none of us got the cat because I really wanted to see what she looked like, but this monkey is so cute. He is probably like lemon and lime flavored, oh my god, themed. Don't eat your LPS, you guys. I think my favorite thing about him is he's got like all of the star details. I love LPS with star details, especially the star eye shines, but I like his little star eyebrows right here. That's so cute. And then he's got these little like seed designs in his ears. This one definitely got printed like way too low compared to this side, but he is adorable. And then all the stripes on his tail too are so cool. And then this big star on the back of his head. This is honestly like very fitting because his head is lemon shaped, but yeah, love this guy. And then the final one that I just threw across my room, oh my god, is this one. Akari got her as well, which I'm glad about because Akari said it was her favorite. I kind of hate it and it's crazy, but like it's kind of cute. I don't know. So this bunny just has like what is that? This has a million things going on with it. So maybe I'm glad that I got it just so I can simply talk about it in this video. I think the one redeeming thing about it for me personally is I really do like this light blue base color. That's super cute. And I like the designs on the ears, but then everything else, I'm like, what is even going on? This eye is also a little bit misprinted. And then these two shapes in the middle of the face are printed with a different method than all of the other designs. So they're super grainy me, which is strange. She just has so much going on. Like, I keep looking at this pet and I'm like, what did you do? I think the rainbow eyebrows are the craziest thing for me. Like, and I've said many times before, I'm a sucker for LPS with eyebrows, but I don't know if this was the move. And then this is weird. Like, why is it shaped like that? She's got a C-shaped Lucky Charm rainbow on the back of her head. Like, it looks like it was meant to be a full circle and then it wasn't, but couldn't they have just done like a normal rainbow shape? I don't know, guys. Let me know your thoughts about her specifically, but also all of these pets. Again, they are not officially released, but I can now confirm that they are not canceled pets. They will eventually be coming out, most likely at Five Below, possibly at other stores like Hot Topic and Target. So yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching this video. Let me know what you guys are the most excited about or interested in seeing with the new Wave 6 releases. My full Toy Fair vlog will be out this weekend. Hopefully we'll be showing a bunch of other toys that are coming out this year, so stay tuned for that. And again, if you want to see another video comparing these pets to their prototype versions, let me know that as well. Thank you all so much, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!